As an e-discovery professional, most of my work involves understanding the scope and issues of the matter, and then sending instructions to the service delivery team, delegating certain tasks, or perfecting specifications. Presenting ideas and providing instructions cannot be done well without deliberate practice. But before we start practicing, let's identify the skills gap to address. Here are some common ones. Good writers are not always good orators, and excellent public speakers do not always sound good on paper. Yet business communication is done both ways, orally and in written form. Then there is death by detail kind of communicator who will overwhelm you with his technical understanding and legal jargon. And last but not least, English is a second language. When someone asks for a pen to sign a legal contract, or when my colleague offered me a pill when I had a headache, Advil pill. It's a pill. When I was at university, during the first year of study of the philology of the English language and literature, we had phonetics lessons every single day. My teacher had 2 marks for us, F or A+, because you either speak with an accent or you sound like a British girl. The reality of the world, that there are so many native speakers globally, coming from Australia, South Africa, North America, Scotland, Ireland. Torontonians and New Yorkers sound differently, yet English is their first language. The movement of diversity, equity, and inclusion will bring even more types of communicators into the business and legal world. And a common statement, it's not what you say, it's how you say. I would like to make an amendment, edition 2021. It's not how you say it. It is whether you are being understood. I would like to address the most common English as a second language problem, pronunciation. There are so many ways to address it. By hiring your kid's speech therapist. Your insurance might even cover some of the expense. I once worked with a lady who does radio advertisements, voiceover. She also helped me on a semi-professional basis. If money is an issue, there are several ways to address that as well. Number 1, try articulating. Simply accentuate words and see if people understand you. Now, if you still hear, pardon me, pay attention to those words and see what they are. And of course, practice them. And then, number 3, slow down. English is one of the slowest languages on earth, believe it or not. When it comes to industry standard, I think there are some terms specific to each of our industries that if mispronouncing those, you will be guaranteed to be misunderstood. So if you're an IT professional and you're inviting people for a project launch, they might be expecting pizza. No, people, just work. It was project launch. If you're in legal, then when your clients are coming to sign they probably didn't know when you meant for mortgage deed. And if you're in the food industry, serving scissors might not have a lot of customers when you mean Caesars. Here's another, more affordable way to practice pronunciation, which will also help you with public speaking. There is a international community of chapters all over the world practicing public speaking in the English language. Toastmasters. I was a member for 3 years, and I don't consider myself a bad speaker, but I still learned quite a few skills. One of them would be address my death by detail style of communication. After you study SEDS Canada study guide for the exam, 120-page materials, you will be an e-discovery expert. The trick is, how do you take all that information you have in your head and provide relevant, succinct content to respond to your client's request? Toastmasters is great for that, because after you research the given subject, they offer you 4 to 6 minute slots to deliver everything you have to say. In addition, they have a section on spontaneous speaking. When you're presented with a question and you have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes on a given topic, and it has to make sense, and it has to be in English, and there has to be a start and end to your mini speech. It will really trim down some of those technical experts who want to make an expert out of everyone they meet. And then, of course, to become a good writer, sometimes you need to be a good reader. Go to your local library. I love the approach library took as a business. We all know libraries have books, but that is no longer the way we like to receive information. So libraries have subscriptions to magazines. The beauty of that, you can download an app on your phone, get a New Yorker or Cosmopolitan, whatever it is you like to read, for business communication skills, of course. And you have a magazine on your phone for 5 days, and after that you don't even have to return it. The subscription just expires. I love what local libraries do. They listen. I think they mastered communication skills, actually. Ask your local library if they have a subscription for a course on communication skills. They might. Even if they do, even if they don't, they can recommend you a course from a local college or university. I can tell you, in Toronto, Seneca College offers that, and University of Toronto offers several courses. Exceptional leaders from various industries who simply want to give back to the community for a reasonable price, under $1,000, can present you with information on how to become a writer and write a book, or how to be a clear business communicator. That would be more relevant for us. And hey, these days everything is online. Why don't you take Harvard business writing course or Cambridge? I took one. It was great. Then there is YouTube. I mean, you won't find your golden nugget on the first try, but after you search here and there and apply your e-discovery skills of searching, analyzing, prioritizing, I'm sure you will find some golden nuggets there. In addition, speak with your network. There are so many online courses like LinkedIn, Udemy, where you can get a whole package for under $20. And speak to people outside your industry. If you're an e-discovery project manager, why don't you talk to a salesman or an IT professional? Wouldn't it be wonderful if we all could speak the same language, but we know that we don't? There are lawyers, IT technicians, and businessmen. And understanding one another these days is more important than at any other time. The attention span of a typical reader is 6 seconds. No one reads long emails anymore. If they see one, they're guaranteed to skim it. I hope the information I presented in this video will help you find the resource that warms your heart, that speaks to you. Because we all learn differently. There are visual, auditory style of learners, and that would be another wonderful thing to discover about yourself and about your communication style. Reach out to Wisdom. We strive to communicate effectively and clearly, and we are excellent at e-discovery.